It is March 9th, 2011, and this is the SC Center. What's up, guys? JP McDonald here, joined by Patrick Chobo Peon O'Neill. What's going on, Patrick?
I love our little ditty, the intro. I don't know who did that, but kudos to them.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, I just got to say, Patrick, I just got back from the print shop. I now have 200 business cards with the correct and 200 business cards with the wrong phone number. So I can just hand out the
It's a game of luck.
Well, it's also a game of luck, or it's the fact that I don't want you to call me if I hand you that other business card. So, lesson for the day, if you're getting something printed, make sure it's actually the thing that you want printed on those cards. But let's move on to the Starcraft news. We've got my favorite league. Personally, I do quite enjoy this league, the Black Dragon League. They've got a bunch of games going on today. A lot of these might be over, but some of them are still going on at time of recording, which is about 3 p.m. or 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We've got Night In versus Strelok, Elfie versus Braddock, Kos versus Damaga, Lelouch versus Braddock, Damaga versus Lelouch, and Damaga versus Abver. Out of all those matches, you know, I really just want to see Kos play more. I can't get enough of that Terran European phenom that is Kos. He is the ace of Empire. He's really making a name for himself out there in all the European leagues, and I really hope he can start coming to some of these bigger LAN events. What are your takes on those matches real quick?
Well, like you said, Kos is huge. He's number one on TLPD right now, which is a big, big deal. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in TSL in particular against the big names on a big, big stage. Hopefully the lands work out. But in Code A, moving right along, Lucira knocked out Linak, Artosis and Tastosis' favorite. Linak went down 2-0 to Lucira, and in the next match, Supernova went down beat Alicia 2-0. It was the Supernova match were at least much more watchable. I liked Supernova really was able to have, especially game 2, was able to come back really against some serious Protoss pressure. Did you happen to catch those games?
I did. That was the shortest night of GSL I think that has ever happened ever. They were over, I want to say within like an hour and a half maybe. Those games were quick, man, and it was 4 games. Usually you're used to like 4 best of 3s, but I thought they were best of 5s, honestly. So as soon as Lucira won that second game, I thought, well, at least Leonard can come back in 3, and then they just started talking about Alicia and Supernova, and I was a little bit sad because I like Leonard. I mean, look at how could you hate this guy's face, man? Look at that. He's so
plus the Coke can, and he's like 16.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a future ahead of him.
Exactly. I'm not. Poor Leonok. Hopefully you get back up there, you do good in the up and down matches, and we'll see you in Code S, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But going on tonight, we've got the Code S Round of 8 Day 2. We are going to be seeing San, what was San Zenith. Now he is a new member of another team, which I just forgot because they don't include it in the Team Liquid write-ups. Do you happen to know off the top of your head? It starts with an N. I know that much.
NHP, NHS,
something like that. We're going to go with that, Patrick. One of those.
Not important.
Yeah, he is going to be playing against SC Foyu. And then in the second match, it's going to be Lin versus Any Pro Prime. And these are going to be some great matches. San Zenith has really started kind of playing really well lately, and it's kind of a weird thing. He's going to be going up against SC Foyu. We'll kind of have to see how he does in that. And then Lin, the Warcraft 3 player who kind of transitioned over to Starcraft 2, and now he's really becoming the best Warcraft 3, Starcraft 2 player in a sense. But I feel like that's kind of a shun on him. Like we shouldn't really stick that to him anymore. He's proved himself. He's gotten out of that. He plays StarCraft 2 now. He's in the round of 8 for StarCraft 2. So from now on, I'm just going to stop saying the Warcraft 3 Lin, and we're just going to call him Lin. And then Any Pro Prime, we'll have to see how he does. I really want Lin to win that, but I'm not really sure. I haven't been watching Any Pro Prime too much. What are your thoughts about that match, Patrick?
Well, I'll see you next week whether or not Lin wins. I am sure you're going to say the Warcraft 3 player, by the way. Just like everyone's going to do it.
If I do it, the fat cat will be very upset.
That's just how he's going to be known, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I think one of the reasons he has so much fanfare behind him right now is because he's just doing really, really well.
That's a good point.
And so More power to him. I mean, he made the transition, and he's the best thus far. So good for him. What's going on with the CVOP playoffs?
So tonight we've got the CVOP playoffs, the grand finals actually. Six Jacks NRG against VT Gaming. That's going to be kicking off at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. You can of course go over to CVOevolve.com. It might just be CVO. Google CVO. You'll find the site. It's the first link. Or you can just check out Team Liquid on the right-hand side around the time that it's supposed to go live, and I'm sure all of the streaming the event will be featured there. But that's it for tournament news. What do we have going on in the realm of StarCraft 2 news?
Pretty big news, actually. Day 1 of TSL was just announced. It's going to be March 19th, 2 p.m. Eastern. That's Saturday, 2 p.m. the standard time for Team Liquid events. And it's a doozy. I mean, the headliner of the card is Boxer versus Prey Night End. And it keeps staying good from there. Tyler and Strelok, Fnatic, the Battle of Fnatic, Sen and Phoenix will be going off, and Thorzane and Fruit Dealer. We're going to talk about this more next week because these are all matches worth talking about. But yeah, I mean, everyone's going to be tuning in. This could be one of the highest rated tournaments of the entire year, and this is going to be a big year. So definitely don't miss any of these matches. Particularly, I mean, any of them. I'd feel bad pointing out one over the other because this is going to be huge. Did you happen to catch the NSL format, and can you explain it to us mere mortals?
Well, there's a graphic on the screen that I just pulled away from. Let's pull back to that. We'll just kind of leave it here. Let you reminisce about that. You guys can take a look at it.
That's an awesome tactic. Just mull it over, you know?
Keep on. I mean, you need a little bit of time for this. I mean, at the same time, I really should. I'm not actually saying anything bad about the NASL because if you've actually read the MLG stuff, then you can easily understand the NASL stuff. Both of them require an actual novel, though. You have to go to Duke University. Tyler has taken the class for both MLG and the NASL tournament format. But you can go check that if you want to see this graphic a little bit longer and kind of get some explanations. There's a post over on teamliquid.net and on the NASL website, so go check that stuff out. But Kelly Milkies was interviewed, not sure why I said Milkies, is interviewed in the Singaporean newspaper. Didn't check that out, Patrick. What's going on with that?
So, a Singaporean newspaper, I believe called Lifestyle, did a whole feature piece on our lovely Kelly, and actually it was pretty interesting. It was short, but very interesting. And the crux of the piece was talking about how she's in basically the premier esports event in the world, but the piece makes it seem as though she's being shunned completely for her accent, which is not untrue at all. I think she's gotten in a lot of trouble for her accent, and just sometimes she's unintelligible when she gets excited. Although I do think she's been getting better, much more understandable lately. But it also gets into being a female. Briefly gets into being a female in a male-dominated arena, which is actually pretty interesting. And I would like it if they focused on that rather than just, hey, she's Singaporean, so we can't really understand her. But it's worth checking out. It's short, it's sweet, and it's cool to see how some Singaporean mainstream nonetheless, outlets are covering it. But one of the big things that's related to this is actually Kelly is going home on March 15th. And there was a bit of an uproar about this, both positive and negative, from the pro and con Kelly sides about how, oh my God, is she being fired? But Gom quickly came out.
God. Come on, man.
Gom quickly came out and clarified that no, if you recall, if you have a memory of over 2 weeks,
yeah, wow,
that actually we're having tryouts for Code A casters, exactly. And they're coming in and out at different times, staggered, to help. So Doe is there right now. In a bit, another Code A caster will come in. Doa will show him the ropes, or her, I don't know, and then on and on. And then at the end of this process, which goes on for an indeterminate amount of time, they will make the decision based on how well they perform, what the reaction was, and this and that. So no, Kelly is not being fired, which I'm glad to hear. I've certainly been someone who criticized Kelly in the beginning because I couldn't understand what she said, but she definitely doesn't deserve to be axed or anything. She's been doing well and has been improving every cast. So I'm glad to hear that there's still a future in it for her. And I hope she keeps on getting better. But also, on a completely unrelated, much more happier note, there is a Blizzard's 20-year anniversary is this year, I believe this month actually, and they've been releasing some content. And just the other day, they released a 40-minute documentary on the history of Blizzard, and it's actually really awesome. It's a really awesome little mini documentary, or 40 minutes, not even that many. It's funny, it's well made, and if you're into Blizzard at all, into Blizzard history, or into just programming and gaming, this really gives you a cool insight into how some kids, some naive kids, naive but smart kids from UCLA can be like, you know what I want to do with my life? I want to make games. And then they went out and they borrowed money and they paid payroll off of credit cards and might have gone into debt and bankruptcy, but they didn't. They kept following what they loved, and eventually now they're cold, heartless bastard millionaires. But the start was really good. No, but it's a good reminder for it's easy to be like, oh, Blizzard hates us, but actually they're still just dudes. You know what I mean? They're still just guys doing what they love, and so it's cool to be reminded of that. And the film's really cool, so definitely check that out. What's going on with PAX East?
Yep, so State of the Game is going to be at PAX East this Saturday, and we're going to be joining on kind of the Day 9 and Husky panel. They're going to be broadcasting some matches, I think. Some more news should be trickling out later this week about that. But if you are attending PAX and you're going to be around on Saturday evening, please come by the Cat Theater. Say hi to all of us. We're going to be taking a lot of questions from the crowd there. Kind of just seeing what our fans have to say, seeing what they have to ask and whatnot. Should be a great time. Really looking forward to that. We also recorded State of the Game last night, so you can go check out episode 30. It features a zombie Artosis. I can't believe a GIF hasn't been made from that yet, because he's basically drugged out of his mind behind Idrix. He had his wisdom teeth pulled out last night, and there's moments where he'll just start kind of groaning and like randomly lift up in bed and look towards the camera. It's pretty hilarious stuff.
Sounds like a normal night for Artosis.
Well, it sounds like a normal night for State of the Game, really. But go check that out, and also go check out our Twitter at twitter.com/HateMeJP. Check out twitter.com/ChowoPion as well to follow Patrick. Send in tips to tips@HateMeJP.com. We can't find everything in esports, so help us out. And we will not be recording tomorrow and Friday, Thursday and Friday of this week, simply because I'm going to be traveling to PAX, and I don't really have a way to record. So just kind of go with that, I guess. We'll be back Monday, though, for the SC Center. We'll try to kind of recap the last part of this week when that comes around. But Patrick, you got anything else?
Thanks for watching, guys.
Enjoy this little video, and we will see you guys on Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Can't find the play button. There we go.
Venus. 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 Penis. Venus. Penis. Venus. Penis. Penis. Venus. Penis. 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 Venus. Penis. 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 Venus. Penis. 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 Excesses of penis. Excesses of penis. Excesses of penis. Excesses. Penises. Good. Just looping. Just setting up a little bit of a loop. Just looping. Looping it. Just setting up a little bit of a loop. Just looping. Looping everything. Setting up as well. Just looping. Looping everything. Setting up as well. Penis. Looping everything. Looping as well. Looping. Penis. Looping everything. Penis. Looping. Penis. Looping everything. Penis. That's enough. There's nothing funny about penises. Or is there?